felt like what's been put out to the world, to the majority of the world, is the negative side of the blacks and brown, the hate side of the blacks and brown relationship. And it's not even like that. It's like that in certain areas due to the fact that we gang infested out there.
Like, media blows the stuff out of proportion and makes it look like sometimes it's just a racial thing, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's just a gang thing. Sometimes it's one Mexican gang that doesn't get along with one black gang. Doesn't mean those Mexicans hate all blacks. Maybe they just hate those people from that neighborhood or like that.
Yeah, I know I'm a product of my environment. Throw money straight, but when I'm old, there's no retirement. Should've been a doctor or a lawyer or a fireman. Job searching, but they say I don't meet the requirements. Think outside the box, think outside the box. 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 What's the drill, YouTube? It's your boy Avenue, baby, and I'm coming at y'all with another video to have you thinking outside the box. Now, in this episode, we're going to discuss a touchy subject, but we're going to jump into it anyway. Why? Because of defense. Once you know your enemy as well as you know yourself, you need not fear 100 battles. Straight up. Next time these motherfuckers try to throw some bullshit at us like this video we're going to discuss, we'll be prepared. And we'll duck that shit, and we're going to uppercut it with a 90-degree angle, and we're going to use our leg for more value. Alright? Now, I ran across this video on YouTube. It's called Mexicans Pushing Blacks Out of LA. Well, the host, Jesse Lee Petterson, receives a call from a man named Thomas. Now, Thomas begins blatantly ranting about Mexicans. Check it out.
Thomas is a first-time caller out of Los Angeles. Thomas, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Jesse, yes. How you doing?
All is well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing okay, Jesse, man. Amidst all the stuff going on, man, I'm doing okay, trying to make it.
And why you're not doing well?
I'm out here in Los Angeles, and I'm black, and when I just came out here to a funeral to bury one of my family members. I went to school upstate California, and whenever I come back home, I just can't believe my eyes. I mean,
and when you say you're black, what does that mean? What does that have to do with? What does that mean?
It means that when I go home, I barely see any more black people.
Oh,
because
in LA?
Yes.
Do you live in South Central LA?
No, I came from around Compton area.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I remember when Compton was predominantly black. It was white and then it was black, and now it's mostly Hispanics.
It's barely, you're lucky if you see 2 or 3 houses owned by black people. And what's funny, Jesse, is that when you look at these hip hop videos, you'll have these Negroes who are claiming gang culture. We Bloods and all this kind of stuff, Bloods and Crips, and they showing we from Compton. But what's funny is that these same Negroes do not live in Compton, and they're not telling the truth. Yeah. Because when you go back to Compton, there are no more black people. It's all Mexicans, and they've taken it over. They've bought all the businesses. They've bought all the houses. Okay, entire blocks where you won't see any more black people. And I can't stand it anymore. And what really makes me mad is the stupidity of black people. That's what really makes me mad.
Hold on, Thomas. Hold on for a minute. Let me take...
Did y'all hear that? Well, listening to Thomas speak, he sounds angry, and he definitely does sound like a racist. So I did some research on Jesse Lee Petterson and Thomas, and it turns out that they're both square bears from Delaware, Trump-supporting Republicans. That is what you call a black sellout. That's the definition of an Uncle Tom. And it so happens that his name is Thomas, so it goes perfect. Uncle Thomas and the host, what they're trying to do is have blacks, they're trying to encourage blacks to go against Mexicans. And it worked for the naive Mexicans and the naive blacks that watched that video, because in the comments, all you see is racial slurs with the blacks and Mexicans going back and forth. But they don't know any better. And that's why I'm trying to prepare you guys to whenever you see something like this, any topics like that, you just brush it off. Brush it off. Now, I'm not talking about the rest of the 49 states, but here in Cali, here in LA, I'm not going to say the same, but us Mexicans and blacks, we have a similar struggle. And these two, they do not struggle. So ain't no way in hell we going to listen to them. Especially when they calling Compton Crips and Compton Parus stupid. They ain't stupid. They're just product of their environments. They're naive young black men. And you guys as successful black men should try to teach them the ways instead of calling them stupid. Feel me? So ain't no way we gonna listen to you, especially when you say that whites are the superior race. Check it out.
Answer me that question. Who says we're supposed to put people in order, in a specific order? So what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be white, black, Asian, all the way down to Hispanic at the end?
You got it.
Is that the way it's for you?
You got it. See, I knew you knew.
Okay. Well,
the Constitution says that the American citizens.
So how do you feel being under white America?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Quite satisfied.
Why is that? If you should be way up there.
Because they built the country, they made it possible for you to come.
Yeah, straight sellout, right? Let's continue.
I know so many people that lived in South Central LA, lived in Compton, Watts area there. They have moved back to the South. They've gone back to Georgia, Alabama. Some have gone to Texas because their lives were threatened there by the illegal aliens, and they couldn't find jobs. It just became a mess for them, man.
All right, yeah, it's true. Hispanics, Mexicans, we do make up nearly half of the population in LA County. Whites are at 27% and blacks are only at 8%. So demographics show that blacks population in LA are decreasing. But I want proof that it's because of Mexicans. It's not because of Mexicans. Check this out. How is it that blacks are the leading race at incarceration? They got the highest rate of incarceration in the LA County jail. And they're only the 8% of the population in LA. That just doesn't make sense. So it just shows cops are always fucking with them. So if they're moving out to Palmdale, if they're moving out to Lancaster, if they're moving out to IE, Victorville, and out of state, let him be. At least they're in a safer neighborhood. At least their kids gonna grow up in a better place. And if they moving down south, think about it. All in theory, that is where their roots. That is their roots. That is where their history come from. So they probably feel at home over there. You know? So don't blame it on the Mexicans. As far as Mexicans taking all the jobs, illegal immigrants, how? If they don't got no papers. What are you talking about? Warehouse jobs? Who the fuck wants to work at a warehouse? $11 an hour? Nah. Most illegal immigrants get paid under the table. So how is it that they're taking all the jobs? It's bullshit.
When I was in high school, forget that. Let's go back to elementary school. Now, this is something that I've never heard any black person say. Now, I grew up with these people, which is blacks and Mexicans. Okay, now, our neighborhoods were more black at that time.
Yes.
Now, when there would be boxing matches, okay, now, we have elementary school kids, first and second grade now, Jesse, and we used to fight a lot because I grew up in quote-unquote the hood.
Yes.
Okay, now, so when you would have a boxing match of a black versus a Mexican, if that black dude lost, which was rare, but if that black dude lost to that Mexican, you would have Mexicans at school in elementary the next day. Mexicans are better than blacks. Yeah, we won. And De La Hoya and Cesar Chavez. And they would do this, and they would parade, and from a small child, I saw that these people had race pride, and that they distinguished themselves from blacks. Yeah. And they never used the term black and brown, okay? And so I don't understand the black person that gets in front of the camera and parades for these people who hate him. When I was in high school, we had riots, full-on riots of Mexicans versus blacks.
Yes.
I'm talking about if you were black and you came out your classroom you were getting bombed on by a Mexican, okay? And they always outnumbered. So I'm tired. So these Negroes need to stop playing this game because black people are dying and being forced out of Los Angeles.
And if you notice,
Really, we gonna talk about elementary? We gonna bring kids into this? Look, I'm a grown man, and if I see a Mexican and black fighting, I'm gonna just go for the Mexican. It doesn't mean I'm racist. It's just I'm gonna go with my race. If a black sees a black fighting a Mexican, he's gonna go for the black. It doesn't mean he's racist. If a white guy sees an Asian fighting a white guy, he's gonna go for the white guy. It doesn't mean he's racist. So that's a stupid argument. And as far as the high school riots, the gangs in that area is a big reason why they're happening, all right? Some of them kids are half-stepping. They don't know if they want to gangbang or not. You know, there's like, you know, when you're about to jump into a rope, when little girls about to jump into a rope, they're like, they half-stepping. Half of them grow up out of it. They go to college and they forget about it. Only some of them stay into it and some stay gangbanging. You don't see the nerds doing it. You don't see the black nerds doing it. Not everyone participates, so it's not like a full force racial war. No, it's just the people that are influenced and go by the gang code. Feel me?
Donald Trump is trying to help black people. He's not even focusing on black people, and he's focusing on illegal immigrants.
Exactly. Uncle Thomas just said it. He's not even thinking about blacks. Why do you think they got that Black Lives Matter movement? Because the government ain't listening. I mean, Colin Kaepernick started kneeling and these whites started getting mad. They start burning Nike gear saying fuck Nike for even supporting Colin. You know, last time I checked, it wasn't a Mexican that shot up innocent blacks like the whites did at the Charleston shooting. But that's enough for that.
Black people's bodies being found in alleyways, behind dumpsters, in various places of Los Angeles because they're being murdered by Mexican gangs. Let me say something. One of the initiation rites of certain gangs in Los Angeles, certain Mexican gangs, are to kill or snipe out a person that they don't know as to be an unknown. You go and you kill the person. That's an initiation rite, and a lot of times that person that these Mexican gangs have to kill is a black person.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the news does not report on this kind of stuff.
I could only think about 10 hoods of blacks and Mexicans that actually really hate each other with passion. Because I have black enemy hoods, but I'd rather go take a Inglewood Thresher's head off before I do an 11-8 gangster. But there's hoods like Florence and East Coast Crip, all the Compton Barrios and the Parus and Compton Crips, 18 and BPS, Longos and East Insane Crip. You know, those hoods hate each other. But Mexicans beef with Mexicans and blacks beef with blacks. Neighborhood 60s and Hoovers, they kill each other all day. What that got to do with Mexicans? So you can't say it's Mexicans killing blacks all the time. If they found a dead body behind a dumpster, who the fuck did it? Who knows? Who knows? I don't want to read. I don't want to see or hear anything. Oh, Avenue, baby, he kissing ass to blacks and whoop to whoop. Because hell no, I'm not. You know, to all my black enemy hoods, fuck them. But at the end of the day, I'm not racist. And I'm smart enough to know that the whites and the government is the real enemy. They want to divide and conquer. They want us Mexicans and blacks to fight. They want to divide us so they could conquer. And they doing it. But we need to wake up and realize it. If you go to the hood, every corner you're going to see a liquor store. You're going to see Jack in the Box. You're going to see a McDonald's and all this ratchet stuff to keep us drunk and unhealthy. Now you go to the white neighborhoods, you go to Beverly Hills and Brentwood and Santa Monica, all of that. You won't see no McDonald's, no Jack in the Box, no Burger King, none of that. You're going to see healthy shit. You're going to see pavilions, Whole Foods. You know, they know what they're doing. They want us in that little environment to not advance. They want us to fail. They want us to kill each other. We just got to wake up, stay woke, you know, think outside the box and realize that we are fighting them. We fighting each other, and they winning. At the end of the day, hood-wise, kill your enemies. I get it. I mean, I'm not encouraging it, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, not all Mexicans is racist, and at the end of the day, not all blacks is racist.